Hi, my name is Amar. In this video, I will discuss how to extract text from image by using the Firebase ML Kit. Okay, here I have created the project named as Flutter ML Kit tutorial by using the Get CLI tool. Okay, after creating the project, we need to set up the Firebase, and to do that, you need to visit console.firebase.google.com. Okay, after that, you need to log in. After login, you need to create a Firebase project, and to do that you need to click on this add project. Okay, after that, in this window you need to specify the project name. Okay, after that again click on continue. After that, in this window again you need to click on continue. Okay, after that, here you need to choose or create a Google Analytics account. Here I have chosen the default account for Firebase. After that, you need to click on this create project. Okay, once you click on the create project, your project will be ready. Okay, now once your project has been ready, after that we need to add the Firebase to our app, and to do that, here in this icon you need to click on Android or iOS. Here I have clicked on Android. After that, you need to specify or you need to register the app, and to register the app, here you need to specify the package name. From where we can get the package name? If I expand this Android, after that if I expand this app build.gradle, then here you can see in the application ID, this is nothing but the package name. This name you need to specify here. Okay, after that, here there is a button. You need to click on this particular button, click on next. After that, you need to download this config file, that is google-services.json. After that, again you need to click on next. After clicking on next, you need to add the Firebase SDK, and to add the Firebase SDK, what we will do, we will go to this build.gradle. You can see in this Android folder, in this build.gradle, here you need to add class path com.google.gms Google Services 4.3.5. you need to add this. Okay, after that, again you need to click on this next. After that, you need to make some changes in the app label build.gradle file. Now app label build.gradle file means you need to expand this app folder. Here you will get build.gradle. In this build.gradle file, you need to make some changes. What changes we need to do? That changes you can find from here. You can see in the dependencies section, this implementation platform has been written, and after that you need to apply this plugin. Now if I go to the build.gradle file of application label, then you can see here, let me show you. Here you need to apply this plugin. Okay, apply plugin com.google.gms.google-services. This plugin you need to apply, and after that, in the dependencies section, you need to add this line, implementation platform this. Okay, this line you need to add. After that, once this line has been added, after that you need to synchronize your project. Now your project is configured with Firebase. Now once your project is configured with Firebase, in the pubspec.yaml file we need to add these dependencies: Firebase ML Vision, Image Picker, and Firebase Score. Okay, now to use this Image Picker and Firebase ML Vision, we need to add some additional configuration to our project. Let me show you. For Image Picker, for iOS, we need to add these keys to our info.plist file. Okay, if it is Android and the version is less than 29, then no configuration is required. Okay, but if the version is greater than 29, then you need to add this Android request legacy external storage equals to true as an attribute to the application tag. Let me show you. If I go to app src main manifest file, then here you can see inside the application I have added this attribute. Okay, and for Firebase ML Vision, if we are using on device image labeler, then you need to add this line to the Android's dependencies. And if you are using face detection, then again you need to add this line to the Android dependencies, as well as we need to add this line to the inside the application tag. Let me show you. If I go to app, inside the app, this build.gradle file, in this build.gradle file you can see inside the dependencies I have added these two lines as suggested by the Firebase ML Vision. as well as in the manifest file inside the application tag I have added this line. Okay, now after adding all these lines we can start writing our code. Okay, now in the main.dart file, what I have done in the main.dart file, you can see I have written widgets flutter binding dot initialized await firebase dot initialize app. Okay, after that let me collapse this Android folder. Let me close this build.gradle, manifest file, pubspec.yaml file. Okay, after that inside the lib app modules home views home view, let me open this. Here I have already written the code. Let me show you the output. Okay, we will create a design like this. Okay, here this is a container where the image will be displayed. There will be two buttons, pick image and extract text. Once we will click on this pick image, we can select the image from the gallery. Our image I have already selected. After that we need to click on extract text. What it will do, it will extract the text from the image and that text will be displayed in this second container. Okay, this design I have created here. Here you can see home view is there, which is extending gate view and it is taking home controller. In the build, there is a scaffold widget. In the app bar, I have specified the text as test recognizer. In the body, I have taken a container widget. The color of the container widget is colors.white70. Okay. Now I have given a margin of 16 from all sides. Now as a child of the container, I have taken a column widget. And in the column widget, I have specified the cross-axis alignment as stretch. After that, as a children of the column widget, I have taken a container widget and I have given a padding of 8 from all sides and I have given the container height as 220. Now in the decoration, I have used a box decoration and in the border, I have specified border.all and I have specified the color as colors.gray and I have given a border radius of 8, okay, which is a circular radius, right? After that, as a child of the container, I have taken a single child scroll view. And as a child of the single child scroll view, I have taken a OBX widget. In the OBX widget, here you can see I have checked if controller.selectedImagePath.value equals to blank. Now this controller is nothing but the instance of the home controller. And in the home controller, you can see I have created a variable named as selectedImagePath, which is blank. So if the value of this variable is blank, then in the center, a text widget will be displayed, having the text as select image from gallery or camera. Okay, else if the value is not blank, then image.file I have used and after that in the file I have specified controller.selectedImagePath.value. This means whenever, if you can see here, this variable will actually hold the path of the selected image. Okay, and that path I am passing here. Okay, after that, I have specified the width of the image as double.infinity and I have specified the height of the image as 300, right? And let me show you the output once again. You can see after that, after this container, there is a space and to provide the space, I have taken a sized box. After that, you can see there are two buttons, pick image and extract text. For that, I have used a row widget and in the children, I have used expanded. In the expanded, I have taken a elevated button having the text as pick image and in the on pressed, I will call some method of the controller. Similarly, again I have taken expanded widget inside the row widget and you can see in the on pressed again I will call some method of the controller. Okay. After that again, this one is again a container having the height as 220 and in the decoration I have specified a border radius. Okay. And in the child, I have again used a single child scroll view. And after that, as a child of the single child scroll view, I have taken a OBX widget. And here I have written text controller.extractedText.is empty. Again, extracted text will be a variable inside the controller. If it is empty, then this text will be displayed, no text found, as you can see. Initially, it is displayed no text found. But if it is not empty, then whatever be the value of the extracted text, that will be displayed here. Okay, now you can see whenever I will click on this pick image, at that time you can see whenever we will click on this particular button pick image, at that time the get image function of the controller will be called, and as the image source, here I am passing image source dot gallery. If you want, you can pass image source as camera. Okay. And similarly, whenever I will click on this extract text, you can see whenever I will click here, at that time again I am calling a function recognize text. Okay. And to this function I am passing file controller dot selected image path dot value. This means the path of the selected image I am passing, and that path I am passing to the file, and the whole parameter is passed to the recognize text function inside the controller. Okay. First of all, let me discuss the get image method, to which I am passing the image source as gallery. Let me move to the controller. You can see here I have created the get image function, which is taking an image source. This method is declared as async. Here I have written final picked file await image picker dot get image. This function or this class I am getting from the image picker plugin. This contains a method get image, and in the source I am passing the image source, right? Now after that, here I am checking if picked file is not equals to null. This means the user has selected the image. Then selected image path dot value equals to picked file dot path, means whatever be the path of the selected image, that will be stored inside the selected image path variable. Okay. Else means if the user has not selected the image, at that time I will display a snack bar having the title as error, the text as no image selected. Snack position I have specified snack position dot bottom, background color I have passed red, and in the color text I have passed colors dot white. Okay, this is the functionality to pick the image from the gallery or from the camera, depending on the source which we are passing, right? After that, here to recognize the text, here I have created a variable extracted text. This variable is also reactive because here I have used .obs, right? After that, here I have created the function recognize text, which is taking a file. If you remember, here you can see whenever I am clicking on this extract text button, then I am calling this recognize text function, means I am calling this function actually, which is taking a type file. That's why from here I have passed file, and to this file I am passing the path of the selected image, right? Now here this function is declared as async. Now here I have checked if picked image equals to null. This means if no image has been passed, then this get.snackbar will be displayed having the title as error, text as no image selected, position will be bottom, background color will be red, and the color text will be colors.white. But if the picked image is not null, means if the image has been selected by the user, then this else part will execute. In the else part, you can see whatever be the value of the extracted text, this will be again set as empty. After that, here I have created a variable named as Firebase Vision Image equals to Firebase Vision Image dot from file picked image. This means here actually we are passing the image which we have picked up from the gallery or camera. Okay, and after that I am storing that inside the variable Firebase Image Vision. Okay, sorry, Firebase Vision Image. After that, I have created the instance of the text recognizer class like this, Firebase Vision dot instant dot text recognizer. Okay. After that, inside the try block, here I have written where vision text equals to await text recognizer dot process image. This means the image which we are selecting, that image will be processed and the vision text will be stored here. Okay. After that, here I have used a for loop. In the for loop, I have written text block in visions text dot blocks. Okay, this variable will contain the method as dot blocks, and all the text blocks will be stored here. After that, again there will be inner loop. Inside the text block we will have text line, and the text line will contain text element. Okay, and ultimately whatever be the text of the text element that I have concatenated with the extracted text, like this, extracted text dot value equals to extracted text dot value plus text element dot text. Okay, and after that in this loop, here I have written extracted text dot value equals to extracted text dot value plus, and this means I am giving a new line. Okay, and after that, if there is any exception in the catch block, I have given a snack bar. Right, this is how we are extracting the text from the image. Okay, now let me show you the output. If I click here on the extract text, then you can see this text when you are trying to read the subtitles and watch the movie at the same time. That text has been extracted from the image and it is displayed here. Okay, this is how we can extract the text from the image by using the Firebase ML kit. Okay, I hope you have liked my video. If you have liked my video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.